right, time now for the medley relay. Not only is it double points, but the winner gets to pick the skins. Toronto would love a pick.
And Toronto, I think, is favored to get the pick here. They've got a stacked team. Their best team will be in lane 1. When you talk about Masse and Hansson, Masse winning or swimming the back, Hansson the fly, and then you throw Sanchez in there, who's 51 plus on their relay. That's a tough relay, Bernie. The only one that I think even has a chance would maybe be LA, Wilm, Gorbenko, Weitzel on the end. But they've got two, the good news for LA, they've got two solid, balanced relays. Baker leads it off for the B relay. Clark, who won the 50, is swimming the 100 on the B relay. DC will have a good one. Duluth leads it off for them. Up at the very top, that's Duluth in lane 8.
Remember, she won the 50.
Right.
Backstroke.
And she was the only one to break 26 on that.
And Kylie Masse, Bratton at the bottom in 1 and 2.
Masse so quick off the block. 0.52. I mean, anything under 0.50, and it would almost be considered a false start. That's how quick she is off the blocks. She's down at there at the very bottom of your screen. Not running first right now. It's Duluth up there, 26.8 going out. That's fast, half second faster than anybody else. Wilm is doing a good job for LA in the middle. Right there, the yellow cap in lane number 3. Kind of keeping pace there with Duluth as much as possible. Here comes on Masse, though, on the back end of this race.
But this is what DC needed for Duluth to get them out to a good start. Allie Duluth has the trains on top.
Under 56, she's 55.9 going out. And it is spread out. DC way up there. Toronto way at the bottom. And LA kind of mixed in there in the middle. You can't get away from their cap colors. Yellow for LA. Red way up there at the top for DC, Bernie.
Hey, DC, remember they had Mac get into the finals of the skins a week ago. They would love to pick the skins.
Sztandera for Toronto is going for breaststroke. That's the key leg for Toronto. They got really two brilliant legs on the end. So if she can kind of keep pace for Louise Hansson and Kayla Sanchez, I think Toronto can come back on DC.
Gorbenko's trying to keep the current right there in the mix. Halfway through the relay, Allie Duluth led after the first 100. They still lead halfway home by a half a second over the current.
And a lot of red starting to pop up. So think about what this relay represents. First of all, it represents you picking the skins, at least out of 2 events, right? And the other thing is the big jackpot. The other thing is it leads to the momentum you'll have for tomorrow. So much comes into play here on this last relay of the day.
All right, Groves up in 8th. Louise Hansson, who started Toronto off with the win, down in lane number 1.
And don't forget who's on the end for LA. That's Abby Weitzel. She was 51.1 on their relay, but was only 0.3 of a second faster than Sanchez, who will anchor for Toronto.
Groves trying to hold on to the lead, but Hansson is taken over for the Titans.
Wow.
Now they lead by a second. LA into second place as Abby Weitzel dives in.
A full second, Bernie. That is almost insurmountable, even for somebody like Abby Weitzel. Especially knowing what Sanchez did on the 400 free relay. So you have a little bit of a track record there. That's down to 28/100ths of a second from a full second.
Made a 3/4 of a second and a 50.
But did she do it all the first 50? Sanchez will have something left at the end.
Sanchez trying to hold on. Hopkins trying to move up for DC. Or will it be Weitzel pulling the upset? Too much of a deficit to make up, says Toronto. And the Titans, they are going to pick the Skins. Yes, sir.
Huge for Toronto. They just keep this train running, and it is starting to move out of the station in a hurry. Look at Toronto, what they did with all four of their swimmers. They all four came through, and that's what you have to do if you're going to win this relay. Every single swimmer has to step up. Louise Hansson was incredible on that relay. 54.8. Unofficially, 54.8 for Louise Hansson.
At 24 points for Toronto.